So, welcome to day 7. And today we are going to start leaning into the Thrive budget portion of what we've been talking about. So, let me show you what the Thrive side of things looks like. You may remember when we did our Thrive budget, 50% to survive means 50% to thrive. Now, this person is making only $25,000 a year, but again, if you're making let's say there's two of you in your household and combined you're making 250,000, then you have a lot more here that you should be thinking about. Let's talk about this. Let's say that this is one person and that they're making $100,000. They're a Henry. And they figured out how they're going to get their basic needs under $50,000 by spending less on housing, utilities, transportation, and health insurance. And they're so excited because now that that's under 50, and even their college debt is included in there. Now, college debt is a little bit more difficult, but you should try to get the college debt down to about 10%. So let's take a look at the Thrive budget again. Now, if you haven't gone to college yet, or if you already have graduated and you paid off your student loan debt, then the education might be the college fund for your kids, right? So education is the highest correlating factor with income. We'll talk a lot more about that when we talk about that. But this is a portion of where your student loan debt could actually be paid off. Now, realize, however, that if you put your student loan debt in that education slice, then that means that you're not saving towards getting a master's or a PhD, or maybe even some of the supplemental learning that might be necessary, such as, for instance, if you don't have life math, you should come to my retreats. That might be one of the things that you put in the education slice. So student loan debt could be there on the education slice, or it could be in basic needs. But we're going to talk first about retirement accounts, because this is a way for your money to start earning money. And this is an important thing to think about. This changed my life. Absolutely. So once I moved in with the other single mom, then I started I figured, hey, remember I said the equation's easy: earn more, spend less. Well, at that point, I figured the easiest way for me to earn more was to have my money make money, right? So start investing. Now, here's how powerful that is. If you invest 10% of your income in tax protected retirement accounts, which are protected from the debt collectors, that's one of the reasons why you need to do it. It's financial predator proof too. You need to start providing for yourself, even if you're in debt. But it also compounds gains. So a lot of people are doing the simple math, and yes, you should pay down high credit card with the high interest rates as fast as you possibly can, and figure out a way to do that. There's a lot of tools in the debt section of the ABCs of Money. So be sure to check that out, because there's a lot of things you're not thinking about. But if you wait to pay off debt before you start investing, you're missing out on the power of compounding, and you're making the debt collector rich at your own expense. So, and again, the only way to fix the debt problem is to fix the budget. So we're trying to do a complete money makeover here. Now, here's the power of investing. Put in 10%. This is a person who only makes $40,000 a year. Put in 10%, and if that earns a 10% gain, then in 40 years, you'll have over $2 million. So the sooner you start, the better. Now, if you were only saving it and not investing it, you'd have $160,000. So this is why you want to be good at life math, the ABCs of money that we all should have received in high school. So I have people that have Harvard MBAs. My books, where I outline these strategies on the Thrive budget, as well as Easy as a Pie Chart Nest Egg strategies, enthusiastically recommended by Gary Becker, Nobel Prize winning economist, wrote the foreword. They're time proven 21st century strategies. So these work. But as I said, when I first moved in with the other single mom, I started learning about investing, really diving in deep on it. And I almost tripled my money in at a time when most people lost up to 78% in the dot-com recession. So it's really important to not only be smart about it, but also be strategic about it, right? So again, I had to avoid the pitfalls that most people fell into in the dot-com recession. And then when I did invest, I almost tripled my money. And by the way, I invested August of 2001. And by December of 2001, I had almost tripled my money. 911 was between those two dates. All right. So there are a lot of things that we need to understand about investing. But don't be daunted. It's not like getting a PhD in economics. That's why I developed easy as a pie chart. Let me show you what that looks like. So again, investing can change the game. That absolutely changed my life. So here's what stocks have done over the past 30 years and corporate bonds. So it's a little bit like if you, and this is one of the reasons why you need my nest egg pie chart strategy, because you have to be diversified in small, medium, large, and value and growth and HOTS. That's the ticket, and only 10 funds, not 18 pages of them. You also have to know what's safe in a world where banks are failing. Again, 3 days at my investor educational retreat for those of you that can afford it. For those of you that cannot afford it, we offer need-based scholarships. So email info@nataliepace.com. Invest in wisdom. As Benjamin Franklin is very fond of saying, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. So again, we can the small caps were above 10%, large caps were slightly below that, and corporate bonds are a problem these days, but we have a solution for that. So again, money while you sleep. Let's talk about a strategy here, because some people will say, okay, well, I put money pre-tax into my 401k and I'm done. And they only offer me 10 things, so I can't get hot and I can't get the mid caps and I can't get value. Here's what you should really be doing, right? What does the employer match? Maybe that's what you should be putting in your 401k, because that's free money. That might end up being the safe or the large caps. You're certainly not going to be able to get hot in your 401k. You might be able to get some small caps in there. Then, if you're healthy and you're spending a lot on health insurance, and you're going to go to that high deductible with the health savings account, then you max out that, right? And that gives you a tax credit to boot, and all the money that you save from the not paying the health insurance company, making them rich. And then you should think about your individual retirement account, whether it's a Roth or a traditional, or for self-employed people, it might be a SEP. So each one of these becomes your nest egg, a piece of your nest egg. In the beginning, the health savings account will be mostly cash, so it'll be on the safe side. Your individual retirement account, especially if it's an online discount broker, in 2023, at the time of this taping, you didn't pay any trading fees, right? So you can do your rebalancing, and that's an important part of it. You set it up, and then every year you get a year older, and sometimes the slices get too big and you have to sell high, and sometimes the slices get too small and you have to buy low. You can see why the Nobel Prize winning economists liked this system, because it is a buy low, sell high system on autopilot. So again, invest in wisdom. And if you can afford it, then apply for a need-based scholarship. Email info@nataliepace.com. This is going to change your life. We need money while we sleep. That's why, Warren Buffett and Elon Musk don't pay any taxes, because all of their money is passive income. And passive income, even if they did sell, which a lot of times they don't, that's charged that's taxed at a much lower rate. Those of us that are out there struggling and earning our wages, doing whatever career choice we have, we pay a much higher, income tax rate than these billionaires do. Now, I'm not saying whether you believe in that or not. I'm just saying is that you should start letting the laws get a little bit more on your side and earn money while you sleep and have those tax protected accounts where there's no capital gains. And if you do it right in the Roth, you don't have to pay even income tax when you start taking it out. It may sound like a lot to learn, but it's kind of like building your own house. I mean, not even building it, designing your house, even shopping for a house. You just need to know what you should look for, like what neighborhood, how many bedrooms, whether or not you're going to have stairs, bathrooms. Once you decide, you move in. And if you made the choices right, you have a safe life. Same thing with your financial house. Once you learn and build it, you move in. And once a year, you rebalance it. And it literally is easy as a pie chart. It changed my life, and that is the game changer, in addition to getting your budget in control. All right, I will see you tomorrow. And again, thank you for joining me.